Well, I'd like to say good morning, but it's actually afternoon now. I've been busy. I've been busy cutting up wood, lighting the stove, feeding the birds. Well, not in that order, you know, but definitely feeding the birds first. And walking Patsy. Now I'm going to be doing my post. And in between all of that, trying to tidy myself up. Should have washed my hair this morning, but how's that earring going in? There we go. Yeah, but it was too cold. I mean, actually, it's freezing out there. Absolutely freezing. Although, to look at the sky, you'd think, oh, this is nice. You know, there's signs of spring. Yeah, not quite yet. However, I got some dried flowers and initially I put them in a vase, and then I thought, I think, you know, I was kind of drawn to do something a wee bit creative. So I made a little floral arrangement. And I was out picking some lichens, you know, because I've been talking about making this jewellery, which I'm very excited about because I'm beginning to kind of formulate ideas in my head, you know, what kind of jewellery and, you know, the way it's going to look. And anyway, talk about that later on another video. So I brought some lichens in, and they do dry very, very quickly. And I don't really want to go pressing them and all that, but I may have to do that at some point. But anyway, I put some lichens around the little arrangement. You'll see that later on in the video. And it's just basically a compilation of what I've been up to over the past few days. How many days has it been since I put out my last video? 4 days? 5 days? Something like that. So I'm here in my bedroom, which I've been tidying up as well. I'll show you that in a moment. And yeah, it's all good. That's the sound of the water getting through to the radiators. It's not terribly efficient, but it does the job. Keeps the cottage nice and warm. Okay. So here's my tidy-ish bedroom. Now, I did actually get that little patchwork quilt out that I made years ago. In fact, let me just think. I made that patchwork bedspread, cover, quilt, whatever you want to call it. Let's see. I think it was about 1995, which makes it, well, over 30 years old. Almost 30 years old. Yeah. I'll just pull back and show you the rest of the room. There we go. I've got this down from the shelf up there because I cleaned the shelf. I gave it a good old clean and I thought I'll just put it there on the windowsill. And then I've got somewhere to sit and try and make the most of my face. Yeah. Well, as you can see, I'm in desperate need of a tidy up. And yeah, see that box of tissues? My sinuses are beginning to clear. Right. And see the porridge oats? I have been out to feed the birds. And my coffee. Oh. A little bit out of breath. I've been jigsawing up more wood, so I'm building up my stack. And I keep pulling more and more wood out of the tunnel. There's big long bits like this. And bringing lots up from the woodland, the lower woodland, where I've had some stacked there for the past year. Drying out. And look at this. I've got a nice box of dry wood here to burn on my stove in the sitting room this evening. On this cold, cold, frosty but very beautiful evening. Yeah, the frost has stayed. I fed the birds 3 times today. About 20 minutes ago, I went and put lots more oats and sultanas out on the bird tables, so they'll all have a good old feed before they go to bed. I don't like to think of any living being going to bed hungry. That's sort of a saying that's persisted in my family for, well over 150 years, since the Great Famine here in Ireland. So it's interesting actually, because the first cookery book that I ever bought was one written by an Irish woman, can't think of her name now, but it was called Full and Plenty. And I think that's part of the Irish culture, you know, that you have a full belly and that you've eaten plenty. Yeah. So the wee birds tonight are full and plenty. Yeah. And as I just come into the sitting room here, in through that, look at that, look, it's all blue and kind of cold looking out there. And it's all warm and cuddly looking in here. And who's cuddling up on the sofa there? But that wee girl. What are you doing over there, wee girl, on the sofa? You've got your wee cave bed there, look. Why are you not going? Oh, she says, I don't want to go into that cave. I want to sit out here and bask in the candlelight. Are you warm enough, eh? I've got the stove lit there. Now, and I hear the kettle boiling out here. Oh, gosh. There we go. Just close this up a wee bit. Have it open too wide so the airflow is setting the fire ablaze. Let me just have a wee look in the... Look at that. Wow. That's wood. That's wood, that is. And the kettle isn't even over the hob. Look. It's on the lower hob. I think it's asking me to make a cup of tea. Yeah, that I will do. So I'm just looking out on the bird table. It's almost 5 o'clock. It's about 8 minutes before 5. And there's still enough light out there. The birds are still coming and going on the bird table. Well, the one that I see here. I've got another bird table near the fairy wood. And I have a sort of a bird feeding station then up near the arch. I can just see, I think it's a blackbird up there in the tree, just waiting. Yeah. Well, there's a kettle that definitely is whistling, Colette, come and have a cup of tea. Okay, I will. Thank you. So, I went out a few moments ago and I filled up the bird tables with oats. And then I decided, because it was such a cold morning and I was a bit late going out with food, that I would scatter oats into the driveway, just here at the top, outside the kitchen window. And at one point I counted 9 blackbirds out there. Now they've scattered a wee bit because, I don't know if you can see it up there in the top of the trees. There's some crows. See if I can get it better. See the crows up there? Yeah, it's been very cold. Well, finally, the heavy snow has arrived. It's just started, and it does appear to be quite thick. I'm not sure if it's sticking or not, because the temperatures have gone up a little bit, but you can see all the blackbirds out there. Look at them. Oh, bless them. Yeah. A little touch of spring in anticipation of Imbolc, which is only a few weeks away now. Yeah, I know they're dried flowers, but aren't they beautiful? And I've got my little Celtic cup and saucer out for a special cup of tea. And yeah, got some cooking apples there. I think I might be making an apple charlotte later on. You know, the one that you use breadcrumbs in? Because I do have a fair bit of stale bread. Well, I decided to take the flowers out of the vase and make a little flower arrangement with them, with some very beautiful, you see the lichens underneath. This is a cake stand, and it's always a shame to sort of hide the cake stand away when you can use it. And then there's a little bowl in the middle, and there we go. How's that for a beautiful flower arrangement? To lift the spirits from winter into early spring.